You're not getting what you want out of life. The life you're living right now is way below your potential. And that's probably because you have loser mentality, loser habits, bad habits that are holding you back. That could be things you're doing on a daily basis without even realizing that's holding you back. Now, I'm somebody who has built my life completely out of design. The things I work on, the people I work with, when I work, all of these things is comes from design. And if you're somebody watching these videos, are all about personal development, improving yourself, and living a life of your desire through a business or a career of your choice. However, there are things that are in your way that you have put in your own way. So bad habits could be things like uh, doom scrolling on social media. You ever done this before? You go on social media before bed, you think, okay, I'm just going to be 10 minutes. I'll just get a little quick endorphin rush, and then before you know it, an hour and a half has went past, and you're just scrolling. This can happen several times throughout your day. That is a bad habit. Other bad habits, unhealthy eating. So for myself, I had a real problem with unhealthy eating, which were I enjoyed having porridge and cereal and things like that in the morning, which is, not too bad. However, I used to always have biscuits along the side of it, which is terrible for your health. So no matter how hard I worked at the gym, fitness, cardio, running, all those kind of things, if you're having biscuits and all that in the morning, it's not a good way to start. So what did I do? I removed the biscuits and all those sugary treats away from the kitchen and moved them into a cupboard at the side of, it was a time it was I said to my wife, put it in the bedroom somewhere, just hide it away from me. Now that they're in one side of the kitchen, I moved the bad habit completely away from the environment. You might have friends that are not helping you on your career path or entrepreneurship. That's a big one. You want to start a business, your friends, they don't know how to start businesses and they tell you otherwise. This is not productive for you and your career for where you want to get to. Other bad habits can include not exercising. Okay, how this affects your mindset hugely. If you cannot be bothered to get up early to exercise or to do one part closer to your dreams, reading a book, educating yourself on the thing that you want to make your business on or your career on, how are you expecting to get out of this 9 to 5 trap, this corporate grind, this kind of endless hamster wheel that you're on? Right now it's 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m. on a Saturday, and I'm here recording this video, and I'm someone who's already living the lifestyle that I want to be living. This is the lifestyle that I dreamt of, I designed it, and now I'm living it. And yet I'm up at 7 a.m. shooting video on a Saturday here, whilst everyone else is around me sleeping. I'm here in the office shooting these videos for yourselves, this channel, and our entrepreneurship group. Get yourself out of these habits. Now, I've got a list here. Things could be your bad habits, could be sleeping in, unhealthy food, uh, doom scrolling, friends, negative friends. Okay, what are good habits to have? Now, we all have bad habits. I have a bad habit. You know what mine's is? Producing too much content. Every time I'm always making videos like this, I'm on social media as a consumer, but also as a research tool. I take videos and ideas to use for my ads and for my videos as well. So I use it I turn it into a positive production. Waking up early is a great habit. Going to the gym, uh, being productive, listening to podcasts. These are all addictive, good habits to have. Now, I want you to consider what it is that you do in your day that keeps you so busy. You need to be working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now let's think about that. How many hours do you work on your job? 7, 8, 9 hours a day? Okay. How much time do you give to yourself? Now, 50-50 is not easy. I remember when I was working full time in a corporate job, it's not easy. You can't give 9 hours at your job, 9 hours working on yourself. I get that. But yet at least given 1 hour, 2 hours in the evening to work towards that discipline that you want to master, that's going to break you free from the 9 to 5 hamster wheel that you're on at the moment. I'm speaking to a friend just now who I used to work with 10 years ago. He just messaged me 10 years ago. He messaged me last night and he's now thinking about moving career. He's been in that same position for 10 years. I was in a house building industry as one of the construction managers. He was my manager at the time. But 10 years ago has just went by. Now I'm living a life completely of my choice in a nice warm country. I get time to work out, see my family throughout the day, lunchtime in the evenings. And 10 years have went by, and now he's telling me, as of now, he's considering something else because he's just been wound so hard to the ground, working these long hours, and I'm sure he's not feeling a fulfilled life, regardless of the money he's on. He's not living a fulfilled life. And you could be someone who's been in your same industry 10 years, 15 years, or even 5 years, and you just realize, listen, this is not for me. I need to start my own business. And that is the only way to break free. I'm telling you, getting a bigger, higher paid salary is not the way you're going to break free. Getting higher titles, more pay increases. You think that's the way it's going to get you out of this trap. It's not. It's not, because your expenses keep going up according to your living style. It's just the way it is. Okay, people always tell you make more money but spend way below your means. Naturally, you're going to start going out. You're going to think, I deserve this. Buy better clothes, better holidays, and your expenses increase with your income. You probably felt this before as well. When I had my first job, I was working at a pet shop at age 15, £30, £30 a day. So you do the weekend, I would make £60. I'd go out to the cinema, it'd be £5. I'd go and get some food, £5. Honestly, by the end of the month or the couple of months, I would take a few £100 in cash to my bank account. You imagine that just from earning £60 a week, right? You're 15 years old. But now you earn that in a day and it just like disappears. Okay, your expenses will always increase with your lifestyle. So just trying to outrace your expenses is not the way to get rich. The way to get rich is, first of all, find a thing that you are good at, your career, your profession. Okay, what is it you're passionate about? And I say this because then you can work harder on it. You can be like myself, up here at 7 a.m. on a Saturday, making videos about what it is that you love, and it doesn't feel like work to you. Sometimes I have to force myself to go back to sleep because I'm up at 4 in the morning, excited to do a video, and I have to say, no, ridiculous, get back to sleep, get back to sleep. But no, I'm excited to be here to record these videos. I get to live a life of my desiring. I go after here, I go to the gym, I go for a swim, and then I meet up with my family 10, 11 o'clock, have breakfast, and continue the day from there. That is a life of choice and true freedom. And for you, I don't know what your lifestyle is, but I'm guessing because I was in your same position 5 years ago, corporate life has wound you down and you want to start your own business. Okay, or you want to grow your business. You've got a side hobby, something that's on the side. And if you would do that full time, whether you're a masseuse, a therapist, a gym instructor, any of these things, like any side hustle that you have or you would love to start, this is the place where I teach entrepreneurs how to do that. To take their ideas, turn it into a business, turn it into an online course, show them how to get customers profitably online, show them how to get reviews, how to use social media. All of those things we do here inside of this channel and inside of our community as well. Click on the link around this video and there's a step-by-step guide and other entrepreneurs that are doing the same exact thing. The bad habits that you have are honestly holding you back. You have to, first of all, realize what they are, identify them, and really work on it. So if you're getting up late every single day in the morning, you're getting up late, you're wasting 2 hours of the day you could be working on building your future. If you're somebody who's just scrolling on social media for 2 hours a day, you need to calculate it. Your phone calculates that for you. You should go back and look at your settings. How much time are you wasting on social media on a daily basis? That time could be used investing in learning content and strategies to break free from this trap that you're in at the moment. What is it you want to do then? Because 10 years are going to fly by anyway. And look, you're going to be 10 years older, you have more kids or kids in the first place. And if you think your life is difficult now, it's going to get more harder as you get more responsibilities, as you get older, more fatigued, less energy. All of those things happen. I wish I had started this 15 years ago, like we all do, when I was in my early 20s. Now I'm mid 30s, and I'm glad I started this 5 years ago when now I am completely not dependent on any individual person's income, and I get to choose who I work with and how. And it gives you that confidence that if anybody is, you're not on the same level as them, you can remove them from your life. You don't do that, or you can't do that, or you've got a boss and they're paying you your wage and your mortgage is all dependent and your food is dependent on this one person's decision. Isn't that just wild that one person could literally own your life, control your life? Why? Because you don't have any other options. You have no other options in life other than this one individual, your boss, your manager, that you have to basically kiss ass to make sure that you keep them happy because they own all your life, all the decisions because they control your paycheck. Incredible. That's just horrible. Like to be in that situation. I remember it as well. Bosses, you'd have to ask another adult like yourself if you could go on annual leave with your family. That, you know, another another guy, maybe even younger than you, slightly older than you, somebody else to ask if you could take time off to spend with your family. Seeking permission for me was just wow. I hated that. And then you got refused annual leave. I got let go of a job with 1 day's notice on an afternoon. It was a Wednesday afternoon. It was in the construction industry. Manager came in and said, we're going to have to let you go. This happened because of a misunderstanding with some HR person over the phone. This HR person wasn't a HR person, it was a managing director who just happened to pick up the phone. And throughout the phone call, because I'm quite persistent, you know, I want to get to the answer of things. As you do on a construction site, if a builder or a joiner or plumber says this project will be done, the next follow up question is when will it be done? You know, you need to ask a follow up, right? You need things, you need timelines. And I asked this question to the person on the phone, and I kid you not, they said to me, "Do you know who I am?" When somebody says, "Do you know who I am?" that means you've offended them. And I was like, I don't know who you are. And then they told me who they are. And then later on that afternoon, the construction director brought me into the office and was just like, yeah, you need to go. Why? Because this person was annoyed. This director, this director's ego was burst on the phone earlier. So of course, they just passed that down. They pass it down. And to me, on Wednesday afternoon, last thing in the day, it was like 4:30, coming up for 5. And they were just like, okay, today's your last day. Thank you very much. But, you know, you're done here. And this was, I was meant to be getting a promotion. Instead of getting a promotion that day, I got fired. Simple as that. You go from having a career, promotion just wiped away from you purely based on someone else's emotions. No. Build your own security for you and your family. You've got knowledge in your head that you already don't need to go out and practice. You've already learned it over 15 years of school, 20 years of education. You already have it. It's about refining that information. We put it into online courses like this, and we're able to sell it multiple times, like thousands of times, whilst you're sleeping, and that gives you the freedom. You don't have to rely on any human being at all. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, you want to break free, which I know you do. Who doesn't want to break free from the rat race and the corporate grind? Click on the link around this video. Come and join us in our community. I will step by step take you through the process, like hundreds of other entrepreneurs that are in our system and that have went through our courses alongside yourselves. I have over 15 years of mentorship experience. I've dedicated tens of thousands of pounds towards educating myself, and I've refined that information in this course. So come and join us. I'll see you in there, and your future self will for sure thank you.